It scared me.
It's every woman's worst nightmare.
One of these suspects videotaped the entire thing.
Just so they won't do it to someone else, please, find them.
The mother, LaDasha Harriet, and her boyfriend, Daquan Simmons, has been arrested, and both defendants have been charged with homicide by child abuse.
We gotta fix it. We gotta fix it now.
New at 10, police are searching for 2 men wanted for trying to kill a man.
It can permanently scar you if you don't address the issue when it happens.
Just so they won't do it to someone else, please, find them.
We gotta fix it. We gotta fix it now. We gotta fix it. We gotta fix it now. We gotta fix it. We gotta fix it now. We gotta fix it. We gotta fix it now.
Damn!
Now YouTube censored. Now YouTube censored.
I'm mad as hell right now. Yes, I am.
Viewer discretion is advised. Mama Black.
This program contains language and sequences some viewers may find disturbing.
It scared me. I wasn't sure whether to come today.
Families visiting Duncan Park in Spartanburg are shaken after police say a woman was sexually assaulted in broad daylight. Police say it happened Tuesday, and they need your help finding matches for these composite sketches. Investigators say the 3 men pulled the woman into woods to commit a crime police call horrible. 7 News reporter Nicole Smith talked with a woman who brings children to Duncan Park all the time. So, Nicole, what does she say about this case?
Well, Tom, it's very similar reaction to what a lot of people in the community are saying. Just absolute shock that this happened in the middle of the day.
After I picked my little grandson up,
Like the other people visiting Duncan Park,
we all come and let him play. He calls it the park.
Anita Moore was shocked to know a sexual assault happened nearby.
And it was scary.
A woman told Spartanburg police she was walking on West Park Drive near South Converse Street when 3 men started to follow her. The woman says the men pulled her into the woods across from the baseball field and sexually assaulted her.
She was able to flag down a vehicle, and she flagged down the vehicle, and of course that person was the one who gave us a call.
Spartanburg police say it all happened.
It's every woman's worst nightmare.
Around 2 o'clock Tuesday afternoon.
Pretty brazen, aren't they?
Lynn Hawkins helps sexual assault victims at Safe Homes Rape Crisis Coalition.
You know, you just have to do whatever feels like the best thing to survive.
Police say this survivor helped investigators create composite sketches of the 3 men, one with a cross tattooed on his neck.
Pay attention to the person's face or any identifying characteristics that you can see. It'll help in a prosecution.
Hawkins says the organization helped 438 sexual assault victims last year and 290 so far this year, including older and recent cases.
You have bad dreams, you may have, flashbacks. It can permanently scar you if you don't address the issue when it happens.
An issue residents hope will soon have suspects in custody.
Just so they won't do it to someone else, please, find them.
Spartanburg police say the victim was taken to the hospital after police responded. When law enforcement arrived, the suspects had already gotten away, Tom.
Gail, thank you for that. We want to give you another look at the composite sketches of the men police want to find. Police say the first is heavyset, about 5 feet 9 inches tall, a thin line beard and mustache, a really deep voice. The second is thin built, about 6 feet tall, and other suspects called him D. The third is also thin built, about 6 feet tall. He has that cross tattooed on the left side of his neck, and he has acne marks and yellow teeth.
Good evening, guys. Well, police tell us that the next morning, this 14-year-old girl went and told her parents, and they say this isn't a she said, he said situation because apparently one of these suspects videotaped the entire thing. Sergeant Joe Monson says it all started on Snapchat.
We had a 14-year-old female girl who made connection with a male on social media.
He said the teen started talking to one of these 2 men, ages 24 and 21, and agreed to sneak out late at night to go party with him.
They started to party throughout the night. Some alcohol was involved, and she ended up being assaulted.
According to Monson, the 2 men, the teen, and a third man stopped at a hookah bar and a house party on September 9th and then pulled off into a parking lot. One of the suspects shot a cell phone video of the 2 men allegedly having sex with the victim in the back seat. The police report says the victim appears to be unresponsive through most of the video, but does make feeble attempts to push the person on top of her off. It appears the victim is passed out and or unconscious throughout most of the video and clearly cannot give consent to anything that is happening to her. The 2 men now face aggravated kidnapping, rape, forcible sodomy, sexual exploitation of a minor, and aggravated sexual assault charges. Tonight, we knocked on the suspect's door.
This family just wants to be left alone, and we're going to, try to call attorneys around.
We showed the picture to a neighbor.
Yeah.
She said they live next door for sure and believed the family were refugees from the Congo, having lived here now for 3 years. She said teenagers hang around the home frequently, the house sitting only a few blocks away from Cottonwood Heights High School.
I've always questioned that because all the high school, there's like a hole in the fence back there, and there's lots of traffic here throughout the day.
And you may have heard from that report right there that there was a third man inside that car. We have not heard any word yet from police on whether there might be charges coming to whoever that person might be. They also said tonight they want to let parents know something that kind of seems like a no-brainer, of course, but they want to let them know again, if your kids are using social media, it's a good idea to keep an eye on what they're using. This particular time, this girl, this 14-year-old girl, was talking to a 21 or 24-year-old guy through Snapchat. They say, parents, go through your kids' phones, have an idea what they're using and who they're talking to there on social media. Here in West Jordan, Jeff McAdam, Fox 13 News.
Tonight, this local high school student faces charges for illegal possession of a gun. The principal at Stahl High School in North Charleston called police after seeing this photo on social media. News 2's Ashley Osborne read through the police report, and she has a look into the student's background.
Today we learned in this police report that when North Charleston police arrested the student, they found out he already had a warrant out for his arrest in Goose Creek. Yesterday, North Charleston police arrested this 17-year-old Stahl High School student, Deshaun Tyndall, and charged him with unlawful possession of a firearm. This happened after the principal called police to tell them about Facebook posts of Tyndall with a gun inside a Stahl High School bathroom. So police went to his house and say Tyndall's father allowed them into his room. That's when they discovered a firearm magazine with no bullets. Once they tracked him down, police say Tyndall was uncooperative, refusing to give any information about the gun. He would only say that it was not his and not real. After arresting him, North Charleston officers learned that he already had a warrant out for his arrest in Goose Creek for possession of a stolen handgun. A Berkeley County bond court judge assigned a bond at $20,000. School district spokesperson Andy Pruitt says this kind of behavior will not be tolerated by R.B. Stahl High School or Charleston County School District. The student will face serious consequences. Pruitt also says it's unknown at this point when Tyndall took the picture. The police report says the student and his family were not to go back to the school until administration reached out to them. Ashley Osborne, News 2.
And this city employee in New Roads charged with multiple felonies after he confessed to stealing thousands from the city. Good evening. Investigators say he would siphon money from traffic tickets and the city's civic center to pad his own pockets. When Willie Scott Woods was questioned by state investigators, he confessed to stealing almost $10,000 in less than a year. Chief Investigator Chris Nakamoto broke this story on WBOZ.com, joining us now with more on how the scheme was uncovered.
That's right. New Roads Police Chief Kevin McDonald called in state investigators back in August, and what they found was a scheme that involved traffic tickets and rental payments for the Civic Center, going straight into the pockets of the city's accounts clerk.
Confessed thief Willie Scott Woods has certainly seen better days. Tonight he's facing serious felony charges for what he admitted to doing in these arrest documents.
Change all that up.
New Roads resident and attorney Cy DeQuilla says this case is embarrassing and highlights a need for change.
Seems as though the city of New Roads has been plagued with wrongdoing. I mean, you look at the mayor on their indictment. You look at this guy stealing money.
According to arrest paperwork filed by the state attorney general's office, Woods would accept fines for traffic violations and print a paid receipt for them. He would then void the transactions in the computer, which allowed him to take money from his cash drawer without showing money missing from the account.
We got to fix it. We got to fix it now.
According to investigators, the stealing went on from January until July of this year. They say Woods managed to siphon off over $8,700 from the city's accounts. And when he was questioned by investigators, he confessed.
According to the arrest documents, Woods managed to steal $6,200 from traffic tickets the public came in to pay, and $2,500 in rental fees from deposits for those who rented out the Civic Center. Sources say the city of New Roads fired Woods when these accusations came up, and that has some in town calling this hypocrisy at its worst.
I think it's pretty hypocritical on the mayor's part. He's under indictment for doing the same thing that this guy just got fired for. I mean, what does that show to citizens of New Roads?
New Roads Mayor Robert Meyer did not return our calls for a comment on the story. The embattled mayor is facing his own issues after investigators found he used the city's credit card for personal use, charging $165,000. He wrote $9,500 back in reimbursements, but investigators say he still owes over $2,000 more back to the taxpayers.
New Roads has got to wake up. The people in this community need to know that what's happening at City Hall is not good.
Woods is charged with malfeasance in office, computer fraud, and felony theft. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry said today our state deserves public officials who work to make the state better, not violate the public's trust. There's no court date set right now for Woods on these charges. Meanwhile, the corruption trial for Mayor Meyer is set for next year.
New at 10, police are searching for 2 men wanted for trying to kill a man. Albemarle police say John Crump and Thomas Dunlap are armed and dangerous. Both are wanted on several violent charges, including attempted first-degree murder. Police say they shot a man multiple times on South 4th Street on September 10th.
Hello, sir. Can I get your full name and date of birth for the record, please?
DeCarlos Jones, August 7th, 1988.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a new Superior Court case alleging cruelty to animals, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed an attorney to represent you in this case. Your next court date will be September 27th at 8:30 a.m. for a status conference in the downtown Superior Court. I received a statement from the victim that I have considered in setting release conditions. You'll be able to get a copy from your attorney at your next court date, sir, which is going to be September 27th at 8:30 a.m. for a status conference in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $5,000 secured appearance bond in this case, sir. If you do post that bond, don't return the scene of any crime, no contact with any witnesses, no weapons, you must take all medications, and you are prohibited from owning or caring for any animal, sir.
2-on-1, 2-on-1. Hey.
Yes, baby, what do you need to do?
Watch your glass there, please. Hold my phone. I ain't do shit to you.
No, please.
Get that on camera. I ain't do shit.
No.
No.
What? No. What are you doing?
Baby, go. Go with that, baby. Go with that, man.
Go with what? Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Which one? Right. Whoa. How much room is this about, man? Put it down. Hey. Your hand. Come back, I should have been gone already. Oh, shit. No. Nah, that's the barbershop. Oh, nah. Snitch. Come on. You do.
And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Also follow us on the usual media for more and interesting information like this.
Fight their asses.